Infrastructure is very important. Infrastructure, because an office is like a family, and it is like an infrastructure. It's like a street for a city. It's like a system that works, you know. And it's not just practical. It's not just about organizing, traveling or flying. It's also affective. It's also about affection. Most of the people in the office, I know them since the beginning of life, of professional life. We are like a family. This may sound a bit romantic, a bit Italian, you know, but it's not. It's not. It's just a question of understanding each other very quickly. You know? I talk to people, and sometimes we need only to talk 3 minutes instead of 3 hours or 3 days. There are people you can even talk 3 years and it doesn't work. But you know, this for me, I can call continuity. The fact that those people will work together, all together, since ever. The other thing is probably size. I know since now long time, and this is the size of my office since long time, decades, that the right size is between 100 and 150 people. No less than 100, no more than 150. Actually, my real theory should be 100, but nobody tell me the truth. So I know that we are not at 100. I know we are probably under 45, something like that now, but I never know really. The limit is very simple, that 100, you know each one. You know the name of each one, and you recognize each one. And then we have the students, and what we use for the foundation is money for students, and we have 15, 16 students coming from everywhere in the world. We only have a good relationship because if we don't have good relationship, we don't do the job. And this is what I call freedom. It's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. You know, it's absolutely impossible to make a good job without a good client. Impossible. Impossible, because sooner or later you get in trouble. Sometimes we still do the job because when you start a job, you don't quit the job. You are a bit like those young ladies that get pregnant, you know, and they don't care about who was the guy. They only care about the baby. So that's absolutely. But normally we understand before getting pregnant. It's not easy. You need a bit of luck. You need a lot of energy. But it's worth trying. It's worth trying. It's the best way is to get together in a group of people, because then energy gives multiply. People should make competition. It depends from where you work, but competition are the salt and the pepper of the profession. When we were young people, myself and Richard Rogers, I was 33 years old, and Richard was a few years older, but 3 years older. We were living in London, we got no work, and we made the competition for the Centre Pompidou, and we won. But after that, you can say then, and then we kept making competition. We do competition all the time. We just won a competition in Hanoi to make an opera house in Hanoi. We just won a competition to make a new university in Amiens, that is a city in the north of France. It's a question also to keep yourself humble enough to understand that nothing is set up by principle, by power, you know. We have to accept to be judged. At my age, it's not easy because you feel sometimes that you don't want to fall in love with something that can run away, you know. I mean, you fall in love and then the bride goes with somebody else. But it's not very nice. But at the same time, you have to accept the humility and maybe the humiliation as well, to lose a competition. And this is something that you have to do. You know, the truth that sometimes the failure are more important than success. I'm not joking, especially not when you are young, but when you are at a certain level of success, if you don't accept failure and you just have success, if you don't accept critics, even the most irritating, you become self-referred, and everybody around tell you how good you are, and it's the end. So, but this is not for young. For the young, my most important suggestion is to stay together, not for 50 people, but 2 or 3. That gives strength to people. And the other thing, try to make competition, because at the end you get competition. It doesn't work once, it doesn't work twice, but sooner or later it will work if you are good. And so this is a good system. The other thing is to travel. Not really to travel because there are places where you have a better chance, but to travel because traveling is a new dimension of life today. And when I was a young architect myself, going away from Italy was like emigrating. Today is no more like emigrating. Today you just travel and you go on, and you know, traveling and coming back home. I'm a kind of global citizen, but I still feel like a little guy born in Genoa by the sea. You know, I never lost my roots, my real attachment. And this is something I think people, young architects, should never forget. So they have to travel, but without betraying their roots and their memory.